This is our 10th lecture on basic concepts of Indian economy. Now we'll see the new concept of OMO, that is called as open market operations. What is meant by open market operation? It is another important instrument of credit control. What is meant by credit control? We'll see what is meant by credit. Credit means the loan given by a bank. So in order to control the loan, so for the controlling the loan, this open market operations instrument is used. We can say OMO is an instrument used for controlling credit. OMO means the purchase and sale of securities by the RBI. Now what happened in open market operations? Reserve Bank of India either purchase or sell the securities of a particular bank or commercial banks. Okay. Now, sometimes the RBI may purchase or sell the securities of government, maybe central government or maybe the state government. For example, in an inflationary scenario means when there is more increase in prices of goods and services in economy. When there is increased prices of goods and services in the economy. That is when the inflation is more in the economy. Now in an inflationary scenario, the RBI will start selling government securities. That is RBI will sell the government securities. Now what happen if the prices increases? RBI sell the government security. Now we'll see. Suppose a person has purchased one share in share market. Suppose one has purchased a share of one company. Suppose he has purchased 1000 shares of a particular company X from share market. When he purchased in 2019, the price was rupees 10. The price of rupees 10 was for a single share. He has purchased 1000 shares. Now in June 2020, the price of that share increased to 25 rupees. Means in January 2010, the price was rupees 10 for one share or single share, and in June 2020, the price is increased and it is now 25 rupees. Okay, so there is increase in price of share. Now that person will think that it is better to sell that share because he got more benefit. Earlier he purchased for rupees 10. Now he is going to sell by rupees 25 rupees. So he will get rupees 15 as a profit per share. Okay. Now in the same way, when there is an inflationary condition in a market, the RBI will start selling government securities. So what happens? The RBI will earn or the government will earn more profit. Now, suppose the government of India has taken securities in, say, international stock exchanges. Suppose government of India invested rupees 5,000 crore rupees in New York Stock Exchange for purchasing of one security. Government of India purchased one security or one company shares for rupees 500 crore rupees. Now, by the time being, the price of that security increased to 1200 crores. Means Government of India purchased that price of shares at rupees 500 crore. Right now the price is 1200 crore. Means Government of India is getting a benefit of 1700 crore. So why it happened? because inflation, it is increase in prices. So government will sell its security. So that is in the same sense, when there is inflation in the market, the RBI will sell the government securities. The selling of security will reduce the money supply from the system. The selling of security will reduce the money supply from the system. Now, since the buyer of the security will pay for them in rupee, hence the currency from the system goes out. Now here, the buyer of the security, the person who buys the security, will pay money in terms of security. So hence the currency from the system goes out. So here, suppose a person need to purchase a security of government. The security means government of India has a land, where the land is located in Kolhapur. That is 1 acre of land is owned by central government. That is the security of government of India. Now, if there is auction for the purchasing of land, 3 different peoples or 2 different peoples participated in that auction. People A offer a price of, for that particular 1 acre land in Kolhapur is rupees 50 crore, and another person offered the price of rupees 70 crore. Ultimately, the person who offer higher price will receive the security. Means that person paid rupees 70 or 75 crore rupees for purchasing that security. Means the currency from the system goes out. Means he has to invest, he has to receive the money from the bank, and he has to pay the money for security, so that the money will reduce from his account. But ultimately will deposit to government account. But when the money is reduced or money is taken back from customer's account, it means that that money is gone out. The money is gone out from the system. Okay. Now, OMO, the next point, inflationary scenario, then RBI, then selling of security. Now, the reduction in money supply will lead to reduction in funds. As we know that, suppose that person has paid rupees 75 crore from his account, and now his account is empty. Empty means he has very less amount in his account. So that person has very less amount in his account, means the reduction in money supply will lead to reduction in funds with the commercial bank. Means that person, if he has the account, on his account rupees 100 crore were there, out of 100 crore he already made rupees 75 crore for purchasing the security. It means that he has only 25 crore remaining. So in this condition, he will reduce his lending activity, or he may not purchase more such security. So in order to reduce money supply, it will reduce the funds with the commercial bank. Ultimately, it will reduce the lending capability. Now, why we need to reduce the lending capability? Because, see, if there is more flow of money in the market, then bank will give more loan to the people. Then more loan means possibility of fear that some loan will remain outstanding, or some loan will become bad loan. And if the bad loan increases, then it ultimately affect the economy. So in order to protect the economy from the bad loan, it is necessary to give a loan only to the quality customer. For that purpose, it is necessary to reduce the supply of money. So supply of money reduces, the commercial bank will reduce their lending capability. Okay, so that is why it is necessary. A fall in lending thus contract credit in economy. So open market operations means, in short, the Reserve Bank of India goes to the open in the market for selling the security of RBI or security of government. So it is called as open market operations. Okay. Now, another important concept is SLR. That is, we say statutory liquidity ratio. SLR is the minimum percentage of deposit that a commercial bank has to mention in the form of liquid, cash, gold or other security. SLR is the minimum percentage of deposit that a commercial bank has to maintain in the form of liquid, cash, gold or other security. Now, we'll see the current rate of SLR is 20%. Now we'll see. Suppose if the bank has amount of rupees 1 crore, the bank has amount rupees 1 crore. So, bank will not give rupees 1 crore totally as a loan to any other person or customer. Out of 1 crore, a bank need to maintain 20%, that is 20 lakh as a SLR, that is statutory liquidity ratio. Means bank need not to give 100% as a loan. Here I have mentioned that it simply means that bank has to invest rupees 20 out of every 100 rupees deposited. Okay. Now we'll see. Statutory SLR means what? SLR, minimum percentage of deposit that a commercial bank has to maintain in the form of liquid. Means suppose that bank has rupees 1 crore and out of that 1 crore the bank will give only 80 lakhs and the bank need to maintain 20 lakhs in the form of liquid cash. Means in their account, in their treasury, they need to have rupees 20 lakh as a cash or gold or other security. Suppose a bank on Saturday has a closing balance of rupees 1 crore. On Saturday, the closing balance was 1 crore. Okay. In the morning of Monday, the same balance will be available for bank. The same balance, that is 1 crore, will be available for bank. But bank will not give rupees 1 crore totally as a loan. So out of that, bank will maintain 20%. That limit is defined by RBI and it changes from time to time. Commercial bank will maintain the SLR, that is 20%, and the remaining amount will be sent to the customer, given to the customer. Okay. Now, SLR is basically the reserve requirement. It is a reserve requirement. Out of 100 rupees, the bank need to maintain rupees 20 as a reserve that banks are expected to keep before offering credit to the customers. Now, SLR is fixed by the RBI and is a form of control for the credit growth in India. This ratio of SLR is fixed by the RBI and it is a form of control over the credit growth in India. Means a bank cannot give 100% of the amount of bank as a loan to customer. So bank need to maintain some reserve credit, some reserve fund for day-to-day transaction. The government uses SLR to regulate inflation and fuel growth. The government uses SLR to regulate inflation. To regulate inflation means if the prices of goods and services increases in the market, the government need to utilize the SLR, that is statutory liquidity ratio. And when the price of fuel in international market increases, that time government utilize the SLR. SLR is an important tool of monetary policy. It is an important tool of monetary policy. We already seen different tools of monetary policy like repo rate, reverse repo rate, bank rate, base rate. Similarly, statutory liquidity ratio is also an important tool of monetary policy. And its primary aim is to ensure that banks always have enough liquidity. That is, liquidity means cash and cash equivalent. That is, the bank need to have enough amount of liquidity in their account, or in their, we can say, in their bank, okay, to honor depositors' demand and that they don't lend away all their funds. It means that suppose the credit capacity of the bank is rupees 1 crore and the bank has given 100% of the money to the customer as a loan, then what amount will receive by depositor? So in order to avoid such kind of classes, the government of India or RBI made it compulsory to maintain a SLR in order to honor or respect depositors' demand. Suppose a person who has deposited 1 lakh rupees in the bank, and 6 months back he has deposited 1 lakh rupees. Now he wants rupees 20,000 back from the bank. So how should bank give, unless the bank should have some SLR? Okay. In today's context, everyone goes out for purchasing and using its debit card. Now, when we are going to purchase any goods by using debit cards, then it is necessary to have a balance on our account, and at the same time it is necessary to have a balance on bank's account. Then and then it is possible. Okay. So finally, the current rate of SLR is 20%. It simply means that bank has to invest 20 rupees out of every 100 rupee deposited with him in government securities. Okay. Now, the SLR is being used by RBI to tighten, that is controlling or easing or losing or say relaxing. Tighten, that is controlling, easing means relaxing money supply in the economy. For example, if a 50 basis point reduction in SLR will leave more money with banks to lend. Suppose if Government of India decided to reduce SLR by 50 basis point, that is, currently SLR is 20%, and 50 basis point means the SLR will be 19.5%. It means that the bank will have 0.5% more amount in their hand, and that more amount will be available for giving loan to the customer. Means if reduction in SLR, it results increase in loan capacity of bank. Okay, so there is a relationship between reduction in SLR, that is SLR, and loan capacity or lending capacity of bank. If SLR reduces, the loan capacity or lending capacity of bank increases. If SLR increases, the loan capacity of bank reduces. So we can say SLR and lending capacity of bank are inversely proportional. Means SLR increases, that is loan capacity of bank reduces. SLR reduces, the loan capacity of bank increases. Okay. More lending means more investment, and hence more income and more growth. So in order to attain the more growth, the RBI tried to keep minimum SLR, so that SLR reduces, increases more lending or increases more we can say loans, then more lending increases more investment increases more income, and hence more growth will be achieved. The maximum SLR that Reserve Bank of India can set is 40% per annum. So there is limit of 40%, maximum limit is 40%. However, the current SLR is set at 18% per annum. Okay, so here that is 18% and 20%. Okay, so this is the latest information, latest data of June 2020. Now, so here we'll see the different Effects of SLR on economy. As I told you earlier, increasing SLR will control the inflation in the economy. Here we see SLR reduces, money supply increases. When the money supply increases, then inflation will increase. Okay, and here effect, when we increase SLR, then when we increase SLR, the lending capacity of bank reduces. Lending capacity of bank reduces, it means it control the inflation. Now, the decreasing the SLR rate will cause growth in economy. So generally, when we need to reduce the SLR, the lending of money increases. When the lending of money increases, it increases more investment. When investment increases, it generates more income and growth. Okay. Now, the SLR was prescribed by Section 24, subclause 2A of Banking Regulation Act 1949. So, SLR is a original component of monetary policy of RBI. Okay.